Hey everyone, welcome back. Are you ready to unleash the full potential of your free-to-play Sorcerer in Ragnarok M Classic? Today, we're diving deep into an updated build that's designed to maximize your damage without breaking the bank. That's right, we're talking pure, unadulterated power on a free-to-play budget. Now let's move to my free-to-play Sorcerer update. Please note that this progression is designed for free-to-play players, so you may find it a bit slow. If you think that you already have advanced much faster, then this might not be for you. But you are always welcome to share your tips in the comments section. First is our equipment. For the weapon, I leveled up Sage Diary to Sage Diary Star. This will give me a huge boost in my damage output. The great thing about the Sage Diary Star is the damage increase of spell bolts for each refinement. With this effect alongside the bonus effect from using Telekinetic Orb and Sage Diary, your bolt's damage will greatly improve. If you can't decide whether to refine the Sage Diary first to +12 to unlock the 5% magic damage, or to skip the refining and convert it to Sage Diary Star, in my opinion, you will get more damage increase when you convert it to Sage Diary Star. Anyway, you can still refine it using the regular Sage Diary, even after you converted it. For the offhand, Telekinetic Orb is still the best choice, unlocking the bonus effect of 15% spell bolt damage when paired with Sage Diary. Refine it to +5 to unlock the additional attack speed once you tier it to level 4. You can leave it as is. For the meantime, focus your resources on upgrading your title set. Moving on the armor and footgear. Silk robe and title shoes are still the best option if you are following the meta build. With this set, you can convert the element of your target to water element, taking advantage of the counter element effect, which doubles the damage of your lightning bolts. For the garment, you have many options. I suggest go with Adventure Master Cloak and inlay it with a good card. You may refine it to +12 to get the additional 4% ignore magic defense. But that is your preference. Sorcerers do not need ignore magic defense, as they already have the mental agitation skill. But having higher refinement on armors is always a good addition, as this will give you more refined damage reduction. Anyway, if you want to switch to another class that needs ignore magic defense, you can still use it. As for me, I bought a Deathcat cape since it gives 35 flee as its base stat. Then I will slowly safe refine it to +10 to unlock the other 10 flee, which will give me a 45 flee in total. I chose this instead of Natto Keeg, as flee is much harder to get in this game. Flee is a great addition to the Sorcerer's defensive stat, along with its damage reduction from Energy Coat. Ultimately, choose the cloak that best complements your build. For the accessories, use High Refined Adventure Master Accessory. Adventure Master Accessory provides convenience if you are planning to inlay a card. For headwear, you can use the Speedo Sound Sonic for additional 10% wind damage and +1 attribute. You can also use Quaff with Whitebait Lake card. I also used this during the CBT because of its flexibility. However, if you are more focused on using Lightning Bolt, Speedo Sound Sonic is the way to go. As you saw in the video earlier, I got better damage output just by focusing on increasing my wind damage. For the face, transition to Epic Spirit Lightning. Increasing wind damage at this point gives better damage output. This equipment will increase your wind damage per refinement. For the mouth, use Grandpa Beard for additional 3% magic penetration. For the back, You can use the Devil Wing or the Never-Changing Dream, which is a free backwear from the New Beginnings event. For the tail, aim for Sea Soul's tail. This will complement your build, as this item will boost your elemental damage by 4%. Another viable option is the Nico, which you can buy using Flora coins. You can also use Devaruchi Tail, which give 5% flee and immunity from darkness. Just make sure that it has good enchantment. And that's it for my equipment and cards. Let's now go to my skills. For the skills, I will only give the important ones, and you can play around with the rest of the skills. For clarity, in case you are new to the game, there are skills that exceed 10 levels in this video. And this is because of the additional skill points we got from the breakthrough. You can watch my older videos about the Sage and Professor build. But for now, I will only show the final distribution of the skill. For Mage, max Lightning Bolt to 10, then level it up to 15 once you have your breakthrough. This is the only bolt that you will use since you are using Tidal Shoes and Silk Robe set. Next, max SP Recovery to level 10. The rest of the skill points is up to you. My suggestion is spend at least 3 points on Frost Diver and Ring of Fire to unlock the elemental fields on the next class. For Sage skills, max Auto Spell to level 10. I only spent 10 points on this skill since you can easily trigger Auto Spell with 480 attack speed, especially if you've already maxed out Magic Fist. Next, max the Upgrade Book. This will give you additional magic attack percentage. Upgrade this later to level 20 when you reach your breakthrough. Max Energy Coat to level 5, then upgrade it later to level 10. Next, you can level Free Cast to level 1 or max it to level 5 to reduce the movement penalty. Next, max the Earth Field, since this will cost you more blue gems at low level. And lastly, max Wind Field for additional 5% wind damage. For the Professor skills, prioritize Mental Agitation, max it to level 10, then upgrade it to level 15 later. This skill will reduce the target's defense to 0 as long as you are hitting the target within the 6-second time frame. Double Flurry, for a chance to trigger the same bolt again. Max it to level 10, then max it to level 15 later. As per the description, this also applies to Auto Spell, meaning that your Auto Spell can also hit twice if Double Flurry is triggered. If you are still low level, you can also equip your Lightning Bolt in your Auto Skill slot to get higher chances of Double Flurry, but this will stop your attack animation, so I suggest don't do it if you already have high attack speed. Quick Casting to reduce your cast time, max this to level 5. These 3 are the essential skills in your Professor skill tree. The rest of the points depends on your playstyle. I do suggest that you allocate some of the points on the water field for crowd control, only if you unlock the runes for water field freeze in Acer Monument. For the Sorcerer skills, max Magic Fist first. This will give you a guaranteed level 10 bolts per hit. At max level, it will greatly increase your damage output. This is also helpful on your daily grind. Next, max Summon Elemental to level 10. This will give you a 10% wind damage when summoning Ventus. Only put level 5 on Sharpen Weapon. We only need the additional magic attack. The rest of the points is up to you. You can always make a separate preset once you've unlocked the Ymir book, so this is not a big deal. If you don't know how to use the unlimited stat and skill reset using Ymir Notebook, I will link the video here. For Acer Monument, always get the 2 element concentration runes. This give 20% spell bolt damage. After this, highlight all the wind field runes and activate the nearest ones. The rest of your medals is up to your play style. I did not prioritize on auto spell proficiency since we already have high attack speed and magic fist. If you have extra, you can also get the water field freeze runes. This is useful against mobs when doing MVP. Activate it, but if you have low metals, focus on getting the wind runes first to boost your lightning bolt's damage. And lastly, let's allocate the stat. When doing stat allocation, always use Dex Meal B, Agi Meal B, and other buffs that you think you will most likely use when doing instances. This way, you can distribute just the right amount of points for each stat. In my case, I ended up with 81 agility, 99 intelligence, and 31 dex. With this stat, I can reach 480 attack speed just by using Agi Meal B. This will vary depending on the player's equipment, so don't be surprised if you may need to add a few more points to reach max attack speed. For the pets, you have different options. You can use Harpy or Winged Ghost to increase your wind damage. You can also use Roween to increase your flee. Anyway, pets are squishy and can easily die in combat, so I won't depend on pets too much. But if you want to know what I am getting, we will discuss that on the next episode. By that time, we will have another damage test. And that wraps up our in-depth look at the updated free-to-play Sorcerer build. I hope you found these tips helpful, and that you're ready to see some serious damage gains. Remember, consistency and smart resource management are key to thriving in Ragnarok M Classic, especially as a free-to-play player. Don't forget, this guide is just a starting point. Feel free to experiment and tweak things to fit your personal playstyle. And if you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. I'm always happy to help out. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more Ragnarok M Classic content. We've got plenty more guides, tips, and gameplay coming your way. And remember, in the next episode, we'll be diving into pet optimization and showcasing another damage test. So stay tuned.